we are live with Friday Connect. And if you are new to Friday Connect, we do this every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is something that we do to help real estate agents scale their business. And we bring in guests. And we also do the trainings ourselves with our combined marketing experience. My name is Jacob Sharman. I am a real estate agent here with eXp Realty in Houston, Texas, but I'm also a marketer with over 15 years of experience. And on the call with me today is Tharmila. She's my business partner. She's also a real estate agent in Toronto, and we are the co-founders of Mift Media and kvCORE Social. So we have a full-service marketing company and a social media content platform with content done for you for real estate. So if you're new to this, be sure to go to our Friday Connect website. It's fridayconnect.net, and I'll be putting all that stuff in the chat. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, it'll all be in the description below. And make sure you go there and register for future events. And on top of that, we have marketing resources. You can even take a look at partnering with us here at eXp and getting access to all of our resources, training, and coaching for free by partnering with us. And there's a link there if you want to learn more. So today we're diving in, and I'll have Tharmila introduce herself, but we're diving into the world of kvCORE and just simplifying it. kvCORE is something that can be overwhelming, but Tharmila does a great job of simplifying it. I think she's the queen of kvCORE. This is actually how we end up partnering together, because I knew she was a master with this. So she's going to show you so many strategies today to simplify that. And I'm so glad that you're here with us. So why don't you take it away?
Thank you so much, Jacob, for doing that. I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things that to do with this presentation. Now let's go. Give me 1 second. Perfect. I'm guessing you can see my presentation. So because this is, our Friday trainings are usually about 30 minutes, and we go over a little bit with Q&A. I'm going to do my very best to condense my usual presentation that's a little bit over an hour. If you want to get access to the lengthier version, let me know. I can send you a link to it after this presentation. So I'm going to kind of condense this, but I really want you to walk away. My goal is for you to walk away with having a clear idea of having the navigation tool in place and why a CRM is really important for your business and why kvCORE is so important, and to kind of walk away understanding how to really approach lead generation and database and managing a database in a really strategic way. And I think kvCORE can be overwhelming is because of the amount of vast tools, but it's kind of the irony here, right? But the vast tool is what makes kvCORE so powerful. So I want to take a time to kind of walk you through this but really share a lot of strategy with you. I think that's where I want to take you through this journey, because it's not really about just taking some of the tools and applying to your business and trying to close deals, but it's essentially that, but it's really about not having to be this part of a longer journey through your business. So not just something you do a little bit, it worked for you, and then not anymore because it's not working. So how do you leverage kvCORE as a part of your business all the time, if that makes sense, and kind of a backbone to your business, and a foundation for your business. So before we get started, if you haven't met me, my name is Tharmila Rajasingham. Also a real estate agent and a team leader here with eXp Realty. The reason why Jacob and I partner together and we do a lot of these training is because of my, prior to coming into the real estate space, I worked for the government and for not-for-profit in marketing and primarily consulting. I would write marketing plans, hundreds of marketing plans on a yearly basis. I used to manage over 12 social media accounts on a daily basis. So with that knowledge set, is what you're going to see is some of the content that I'm going to be sharing with you is it's really marketing driven. It's not just understanding the technology, the navigation, because inside real estate, the parent company of kvCORE does that, right? They give you all of that training of how to navigate kvCORE, which you'll get a little bit of that. But what a lot of people miss out on is the strategy behind how to apply it to their business and their workflow. And so I want to be able to share that with you. I am a co-founder alongside Jacob, our Mift Media. It's our marketing agency for real estate professionals. So if you need any marketing help, video editing, design work, business cards, for sale sign, name it, ad management, social media posts, name it, we do it. We help real estate agents around the world at our company. And we also are co-founders of something called kvCORE. Highly recommend you check that out. It's a social media content platform that was hand built by myself and Jacob. And it gives you content, daily social media content on a pretty much every single day. Highly recommend you check that out. There's a free version of it as well. You can just Google kvCORE or put it on your browser and you can find that. And funny enough, I actually came into this space prior to getting my license as a real estate investor. My husband and I, you probably see them on our social media channels. If you go to that right at the top where it says at Tavares Rajasingham, you'll find our Instagram. Make sure you connect with us there. And you can see a lot of the content we talk about is real estate investing. And I'm also happen to be a digital marketing instructor for a college. And that's why I like to teach some of the principles, because it doesn't matter what industry, what business you work, the principles are the principles. And if you apply it to any business, your business will have a strong foundation and it will grow. There's no going back. And so, and and that's how kind of became passionate with kvCORE and CRMs, because I used to work in them constantly on a daily basis. So I'm here to give you guys some strategies on how to dive in and work with them. And kvCORE, to be honest, I'll show you a couple of things you can do. And if you get the simple, strategies in place, and the workaround of kvCORE, you kind of have it. And it kind of evolves as your business evolves. A lot of people pay other VAs and other people to set up their kvCORE, and you just pretty much giving away the process of even just understanding how a CRM work, and you'll never understand it, and you'll never truly use it for your business. And I think that's why it's really important that you understand the basic principles. And it actually is a great segue into understanding this concept. Remember, folks, systems run businesses, but we, the people, we run the systems. That's really is what businesses are. They're run through systems and how to put systems together, and those strategies are what's really important. And I'm not going to dive too much into systems and processes. I do in my lengthier version, which I highly recommend you watch the whole thing. I'll give you a link right after this. And understanding the workflow and getting to understanding kvCORE in a simpler way, I really wanted to touch on this. Remember, kvCORE, we understand it as just a CRM, but remember, a CRM is an acronym for customer relationship management, and it really helps company attract and retain and maximize their value of customers. But remember, there's four components to a CRM that a lot of people don't think about. And that's why I love kvCORE, because it's a complete platform. It's not just a place to house a list of contacts and track the list, the relationship, but it's bringing the people in. It's about, lead generation. It's about monitoring and keeping that database organized. It's about the journey, the customer journey from lead generations to conversion. That nurturing is captured inside kvCORE. You can also manage and work with other people inside kvCORE. It's a task management. And the best part is it's a lead capture. It comes with an IDX website. A lot of people don't know that, which is why think of a CRM in essence, kind of like a funnel, the apparatus. So when you put in the technology with just the application itself, and then the people like yourselves, the team members, your VAs, other agents, I send lots of my leads. I share them with my agents of my group, and I monitor their relationships with my leads. And so the people aspect of it, the process itself, right? Business procedures and policies, your nurturing, your strategies, we put all that into a CRM, is what's going to lead to you pretty much, becoming and reaching your goals, achieving your goals, your business objectives and strategies. And that strategy component is part of the CRM, because that CRM is the apparatus to you achieving your goal. And people don't think like that. If I were to take your spine, your backbone, you'll crumble, right? Similar, that backbone is why we have the posture, we have the stability. And very similar, think of your CRM as that stable structure for your business. And that's the principle that I wanted you to understand how important kvCORE is to your business. Again, because it is a complete platform. Because I know there are a lot of other CRMs out there, but they may be good at one thing, right? Like Follow Up Boss for drips, or for example, this is just a sample workflow, and this may look a little different for everybody else, but the concept and the principle, you need to think about this for your business. And I know Jacob talks about this in a lot of his training, the lead capture. So I'm going to walk you through this, because if there's one element is missing in this, you're not going to be able to go from that bringing in your leads, that traffic, because sometimes you'll do all the work to get the traffic to your YouTube videos, the traffic to your social media post. Maybe you're getting all the likes, the comments, but nobody's showing up in your database. And what's the point? There's no relationship to fully build, right? and how do you monitor that relationship, and how do you capture those contacts, and then that's the next phase, right? So let's talk a little bit about the lead generation journey. Think about who your audience are, right? And that's why content marketing is so important. What is my lead generation strategy? Am I going to be on YouTube? Am I going to cold call? Am I going to, do some prospecting, like door knocking, cold calling, that kind of things? Or am I going to run ads? Think about the way that your strategy and the method that you're going to follow, and the type of messaging that is going to go out to your leads. And then the other part is, how do you get them out, right? That's why if you were to use a landing page in kvCORE is great, but building it is the simple part. But what do you write in it, right? And then what do you write in it is another thing, the messaging. But then how do you promote it? Who gets to see it? Because Jacob talks about this in his funnel as well, right? People love building all these websites and making it look so pretty, but nobody ever sees it. So the promotional aspect is very important. Is one of the principles of marketing. Where will this be promoted? Who will, how will you go about promoting it? What channels will you use? Think about all of that, right? So it's not just that one piece of the element of lead generation. And this is one of the most important part, is that lead capture. How will these leads be actually captured into your database? Do you have a lead capture in place for that on your website, on your ads, etc., right? And where are they coming from? Is that being tracked? Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Who are you targeting? Are they a renter? And think about all of that as well. And by far, I find the reason why a lot of businesses, they start to close a lot of deals, a lot of agents do really well, but that business, it plateaus or it doesn't grow, and they struggle to scale, and then things in their personal life gets in, and they kind of, crumble a little bit in terms of that workflow, is because of not being organized. Categorize everyone, have a simple, and you can do this from the very beginning. It takes a couple of minutes to get it organized, and then you every single time a lead comes in, it would be somewhat automatic. So like, what are your hashtags? So if I were you, I would open up a Google document, put together a naming convention of the ways you can tag a contact, which I'll show you in a second what that all looks like. And what smart campaigns are you going to automate? How will I track these leads that are coming in? How do you know what they're looking at? And so you want to capture all of this information. You know why? Because these are insights. These are what companies like me, when I was working for the government, we would use a company called Environics, and these are the market research. We would spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to get access to that census data, right? All these companies, and we're just a government, so we still had to pay for it, but we still had access to some extent. But a lot of these private companies, a lot of brands, a lot of organizations pay to get a ton of information to just do research, because that's what is the pillar of why their business is successful, is understanding how their customers work, right? So if you don't know what's working, then how could you do more of it, right? And this is why, if you go on any Facebook groups for real estate, people are always asking, for those real estate agents that are doing well in this market, what is working for you? Can you share it? Those agents that are scoring that 80% of that 1% of agents that are scoring 80% of their deals, they're doing the one or two strategies, and they do it all the time. They do it really well, and they pour into what's working. So figure out a way to organize that database and keep it consistent, so that you scales with you. And then the next phase is the follow up, the touch points. How do I track this? And if you want to know more information on the follow up, I highly recommend, and more into the database management side, I'll share my YouTube channel with you. There's tons of videos on there, and you can check those out. And then my other trainings as well. But one of the things that I want to mention before I show you kvCORE, is redefining this whole concept of setup. I even got a message, actually a couple of agents, even this week, asking me, hey, can you set up my kvCORE? And the first thing I asked them is, make sure you don't pay someone else to do it, right? That's why I have a course on setup, and it walks you through step by step of how to set up, but it's DIY. You do it with it, because you're learning it. Because how will you ever know how to track your relationships, or even eventually give it to a VA or an assistant or someone to run your kvCORE if you don't know it? And because people think setting up is this elaborate technical process, and it really isn't, folks. You know what setup is? kvCORE comes to you already done. You're just updating the profiles and activating the tools by clicking the buttons and filling in forms with information you already know. What is your name, right? your photos, your MLS IDs, so that your listings can be pulled in from your real estate board and the MLS into kvCORE. So those simple things, or again, redefined your understanding of what setup is really, again, updating your profile. And if there's a slideshow that you want to take a picture of, this is a great one to take a picture of. Here are some of the things that you need to update. I even have some videos on YouTube that are free that walks you through all the things you need to set up. Again, set up, right? Update your profile, the web IDX aspect of things, lead generation tools, lead nurturing tools, etc. Writing, putting in the right keywords, making sure you have that lead capture in place, like that forced lead registration, those kind of things. So highly recommend that you make sure you have the basics before you go out and do the lead generation, right? So that's why I wanted to show this to you, is because before you start to bring in people, you want to make sure that your behavioral automations, smart campaigns, and such are on. And if I were to dive into each of these, which I can, and it'll take me, for a couple of days to do, I you can for that I that's why I recommend I'll share some trainings with you for you to do. But these are the overarching level of simplifying it for you in a way. What are some categories that you need to focus on? And this is if you are first and new to kvCORE, the first thing you need to do is these four things. So I encourage you to work on those ASAP, and it'll take you really to do them all even less than an hour. So you're paying somebody to do this is because they're spending the time getting the information from you, going into your space, etc. So make sure you do that. And this is a really good one to note as well. A lot of people think that kvCORE is just, again, a CRM, but again, it's a lead generation system. And some of the tools that you're seeing here is a great one to kind of note down. There are, I don't and I truly mean it when I say this, and I have agents, and I've seen agents, and I've trained hundreds of agents on this, and there are agents that are only and primarily using kvCORE to do their entire business, and they work on a full time. And you can do this even just using any of the free lead generation tools that you're looking here, that you're looking at on the right side, or you can use it in combination with some of the paid lead generation tools as well. And trust me, I guarantee you, I have a lot of some of the paid ones in use, is because I like to automate a lot of things, and I have, as you can see, I have my hands in a lot of different things. But I'm still showing properties, I'm closing deals. And same thing with Jacob. We have a very similar business system in place, with the leads coming in automatically. And the hardest part was for us was to be present when these leads came in, because I actually did a video on this, by the way. You can go check it out. It's like, for example, the property boost ads, right? The Facebook ads, leads coming in really quickly. They'll come in really quick. That's the easiest things, folks. Like I always tell everybody that people don't have lead generation problem; they have a lead follow up problem. Leads coming in, I have no problem with. But the hardest part we all struggle with is being at the right time in the right place to pick up that phone call immediately for conversion, that 5 to 7 minutes to capture that leads. A lot of people miss that. So do I, because we're out showing properties, we're doing trainings like this. So you want to have a system in place, whether it's an ISA, inside sales agent. So if you need recommendations for a company like that, let us know. Or you can do is and leveraging like smart, like drips, right? So you immediately communicating with them and picking up the phone call. And I recommend using an ISA for higher conversion, is because they do the follow up immediately for you, and they'll book appointments directly into your calendar. So you can approach it that way. But again, these are some of the lead generation, the tools that are available through kvCORE. And Make It Rain is an EXP Realty program. So if you're part of our brokerage, you probably heard of this, and it integrates directly with kvCORE. So those are some options available. And again, we can dive a little deeper into them in future training. So if you're looking and struggling with one or two things particular, let me know, and I'm happy to send you a free video on YouTube about it, or you can even access some of the trainings that I have, which I'll show you in a second. And the other thing that one of the comments questions that I always get asked, and this is why I want to really make it easier for you when it comes to database management using kvCORE on a daily basis, is where do I start, what do I do? And the first thing is like what I mentioned, right? Go make sure it's filled in, your kvCORE's updated. The second is managing a database on a daily basis, right? Even you logging in, simply do yourself a favor to log in every day, once or twice, even just on the dashboard. If you look at the monitor, the activity of the leads looking at properties, them favoriting a property, that alone will give you a ton of motivation to tell you and to show you that your business is moving along. So now you just need to do more of it, multiply it, and then organize it and figure out different ways to convert them, right? Couple of ways you can do this: assign task. Remember, kvCORE is a task management tool. You can go right to the top and add a task, remind you of your next task. To, for example, you can say, hey, send a CMA to this lead, send an updated list to this person, change the search alerts for these. You can put those notes in and task in for you or your assistants if you're part of a team. Or and you can also add notes. I just had a conversation with one of my lease a person that I'm working with, and I was able to get these notes, and I was able to put them directly into kvCORE because I'm able to track that. Because next time I talk to somebody else later today, I want to be able to remember all of them, right? And you can't remember everything, right? That people tell you on all the particularities and the features that they want on a property. You want to be able to capture them. So again, assigning and tracking these conversations, what this tool is so great for, right? To use it simply. These are really simple tasks that you can already do. And it eliminates all these other tools that you're using right now, right? All these note taking. I don't know about you, if you're using your notes pad on your iPhone, or even Google Keep on your Android phone or whatever, you're still keeping everything in different places. And if you're an old timer, old school person, and you're using post-it notes, it's not coming with you. So if you're on the road and if you have any questions about, if the lead calls you, you want to know where you left off, right? So which is why I recommend using the note feature, the task, to keep it going, to managing your workflow. A lot of time people forget to follow up, right? If you're talking to 10 different people that week and they all ask you to do 10 different things, how are you going to keep up, right? So I highly recommend you use that task function, which I can show you really quickly when we go inside kvCORE. And to get your audience to engage, right? That's kind of the point where I'm trying to get at, is gather insights, send them direct links to current listings, set up search alerts, and have them looking at properties. That is the number one thing a lot of agents miss out on. Is we do a lot of talking and a lot of, are you buying, are you buying, but we never send people to just send them properties to look at and then monitor what they're looking at. Because when they tell you, if you're from, I'm in Toronto, Ontario, so if they're telling you they're looking at buying a property in Richmond Hill, but then you see them looking at property in Oshawa, there are two different types of market, right? It'll give you a clue what's going on here. Now you can pick up that phone call and have a conversation with them. Hey, I've noticed that you're kind of like, their search behavior has changed, right? That's a conversation piece. And those are really helpful. And then the other things, again, going back to the data management aspect of things, is to keep your CRM organized. So how do you leverage that? Save filters. I did a couple of videos, in-depth videos for free on YouTube on this. Highly recommend you check them out. Your CRM, and I'm going to show you a couple of tricks to remember. Leverage, the moment your leads are coming in, you need to put them into, who they are, where do they come from, what journey are they on, are you working with them, and just group them so you know who to focus on. It's super important, and it makes your life so much easier. So now let's kind of go into the back end of kvCORE and kind of look into how to take action. And I'll leave you, before we jump into things, remember that a lot of people, we confuse wishing and wanting with pursuing. I had an agent one time when I was at the conference tell me, I wish I can have your brain the way you think and work in kvCORE. You make kvCORE feel so easy. And I told her, no, I just put my place and my trust in action. I just used kvCORE like every single one of you are going to do, and I learned a lot about it. And yes, my prior marketing background made it that much easier, which is why I have the credibility to teach you. But that alone is what you need to do, is just log in and monitor what's going on and do a little bit more of it and be present and more aware of what you're doing. Now let's go into kvCORE for a little bit, into the back end of kvCORE. For the privacy of people in my database, I'm not going to show you too much into the contact side in the database, because my CRM is active. I have leads coming in daily, so I want to make sure that I protect the privacy of people in my database. But for the sake of just training, I just put it under test. So if you go to Smart CRM, you see mine, I have all these little buttons at the top. I made these search filters. So I know where they came from, who they are. I have a couple of my real estate agents that are helping me with some leads. So I've assigned some leads to them. So, and then I have leads that are coming from Make It Rain, and I want to group them. And we go to events. Josh and I go to investor events, and we treat them a little bit different, because when our contacts in the U.S. send us some properties and off-market deals, we send it to those people that we met because they're looking to JV with us. Again, my business, my kvCORE looks different than yours, and it will, because my business is different and I understand my business. A lot of people tell me that I'm struggling with kvCORE and to how to use it. And I said, no, you're not struggling with kvCORE. You just don't understand your business enough, or kvCORE will be customized for you and you'll know how to use it. So really, a couple of quick ways to do that is, you can create a filter, like search your leads and then save them, and it'll save at the top and you label it. It's that easy. And excuse me. So a couple of things you can do to organize is, when you click on a lead, so if you go onto the list and click on a lead, it'll open up a profile. And again, for the this training sake, I have, my information here, and these are just for training. That's why you're seeing a lot of random stuff here. You can come here and allocate and change who they are. Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? What journey they're a part of. Anyone who's in my sphere, I put them in sphere. If I go to an event or cold call or door knock, we put them on prospecting. If they responded to any of my communication, they're an active lead. We're having conversation now. But if I'm showing properties to them, to the listing presentation, they become a client. But once I put them on contract, they're on contract once I'm closed. But I never archive or get rid of any leads unless they're, bad apple, is because, from one lead, just industry standard, you can get at least in their lifetime 7 referrals out of them. So I better hope that every single one of you who close deals are still in touch with your leads. And there's simple ways to do that. And I highly recommend that you are constantly in touch with them and growing the relationship. And a couple of 2 ways to do that is put them on birthday alerts and anniversary alerts, and kvCORE does that automatically. So I highly recommend that you take advantage of those. And then hashtags. If you've been into my trainings, I rave about them. These are one of the most important, again, insights. I'm all about market research and insights. If you have information, the more information you have, your fear comes down and your faith goes up. And that's when naturally the universe just starts working for you. So, and your business will excel because you have full control of your business. Okay. So start to track, what ad did they come from? Who, if I assigned a lead to somebody or a mortgage agent, depending on the lead, some of them might have their own agents, right? And I allocate everything so everything's captured in my hashtag so I can search them accordingly. And also that task that I was telling you about. Let's say you talk to somebody and they told you to change their search alert, but you don't have the time to do it right this second. You can come here, add a task, and you can assign it to, say, send search alert to, or search blah blah, and you can put the details here. You can assign it to one of your agents, or you can have it left for your assistant to do, and then you can add the task and it'll appear in the profile, and it'll all appear in all of your tasks and when they're due. So it's like a task management. So it's kind of a to-do list for you. And then you can really, this becomes immersive, right? Interactive. Your leads are happening here. I think if you understand how this profile works and how to take advantage of it, it's really about making sure, this is a timeline, the activity, when you see people opening up their email at the time, those are insights. Every single thing in here is giving you information about your lead. So if you don't have this information, you're not truly working in real estate. Get this information going because you know how to track this relationship. A lot of people immediately, when they don't hear from their client, or we automatically assume, right? Immediately, like, oh, they don't want to work with me. They probably work with somebody else. You never know. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Don't worry about that. Focus on your business, having full control of what's working, and continue to do that. And so that would be my one of my recommendation. And if you want to dive, as we're coming to that 30-minute mark, I really want you to dive a little deeper. I mentioned earlier, if you want to, you know, learn a little bit more, but also get a full in-depth understanding. If you go to FridayConnect.net, I know Jacob can put this in the chat box for you. If you go to marketing resources, all of our tools are in here that you get access to. This is what you get access to if you join our group. You get access to everything for free. You get free training from us, access to all of our tools. But if you are already part of our brokerage, or if you're part of another brokerage and you just want to get access to kvCORE and learn kvCORE, my recommendation is check out my kvCORE lead generation, because that is a course that it's integrated with the setup as well. Unless if you just want the setup, you can do it on your own. Super inexpensive, where people would pay the same amount of money to set up their kvCORE, where you're learning how to use kvCORE on an in-depth basis. And this is a course I'll track your progress. I have over 70 videos in here, short, simple videos showing you step by step. And anytime kvCORE updates, I try to do videos on updating this. But there's plenty in here, kvCORE on a high level, smart number, the website setup, everything. And then this is the free lead generations that I showed you how to actually go about using them, and then how to build your database using paid lead generation strategies, and then all the nurturing strategies, and then like how to measure your business and how to continue to measure and keep an eye on the numbers on your business. So recommend you check that out. And if you go into the resources, you can find that here. And then I'll mention the last thing that I'll leave you with is connect with me on Instagram. And there's a topic that you want to see on here, Friday Connect. You can connect with us, let us know. You can join our Facebook group as well if you go to fridayconnect.net and join us there, and check out all the videos that are coming. We do this every single week for free, guys. So you can come and check out all the plethora of all the topics that we do. And here is my YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell too, so that you get updates when I put up more content. And if you go to playlist right here and click on kvCORE, you'll see I have hundreds of videos, as you can see. And this is when I took the screenshot months ago of all the type of videos that I have, and they're short. I show them to you. They're very tutorial style. And if you have any questions while I'm showing you something and you're confused, just ask me the questions there. And I'm all about feedback too. If there's something that you want to see more of or less of, always happy to share them with you. But right now, if you have any questions for anything that I've shown you, I'm happy to answer them.
If you have any questions, throw them in the chat box and then we can get those answered for you. So while we're waiting for those questions, thank you very much. Somebody asked cost for access to.
Yeah, absolutely. The cost for, if you're wondering about my kvCORE course, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Here, I'll put a link. I think we have a link to it
uh,
directly
Go to my
to.
website. And also, folks, oh yeah, if you want access to my masterclass, the lengthier version of the really quick one I just did for you right here. This was a quick and dirty, folks. The lengthier version, I can give you that, is right here, the free masterclass. You can just go and watch this. Just sign up. You can watch it immediately right here. You don't have to really um, choose the time. So that's great. You can I recommend you do that, because it's much lengthier. I show you screenshots of where to find such and things instead of just telling you all about it, right? It's different. Especially kvCORE can be overwhelming, which I understand. In terms of answering your questions as to how much it is, I'm gonna quickly go back and show you. So if you go to, I'll put this link in here because it has my complete training. So I understand that some of you like to not learn by just watching videos. You like for me to teach it to you, and I'm happy to. So I do have courses and I have online trainings. And these are, you get a full course for $3.99, which has 70 videos. But if you want a particular topic, but this, I have to schedule a time and sit with you in person and teach it to you. And then that's a particular topic, right? Because it'll take a little bit of time. So that's why they're priced a certain way. They're all in USD. And have a look, read at them. If you have any questions, you can find them there. I'll put it here for you.
All right, let's see. Everybody saying thank you. So far there's no questions. So again, go to our Friday Connect website, and all of our upcoming trainings are there. So be sure to register. You don't have to just register one by one. You can register up to 4 weeks in advance. And then again, go to our marketing resource section of the website. Everything that we offer, both free, paid, all of our services, if you need virtual assistants, everything is inside of there. And it's all designed to help you grow your real estate business. And if you're watching this and you are not at eXp Realty and you want to get access to all of those things for free, like Tharmila's course, our real estate sales funnels, everything that we have, you can do that by clicking partner with us on our website, fridayconnect.net. And you can book a call with us to learn more. It's not a pushy call. We just show you what your business would look like and all the resources that you would get for partnering us with that at eXp, and especially inside the Agent Wolf Pack. So I recommend that you guys do that. And then it looks like we got a couple other questions. We have, when I click kvCORE lead generation, it asks me to register and takes me to the webinar and not seeing the course.
Yeah, so I just told him this is I meant for the free, that's the masterclass right there, which is right above it. You just register for it and it'll send you the video.
Yeah, two separate things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, awesome. And then again, be sure to register, go join our Facebook group. All of those are in the chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it is in the description below. And there we post all kinds of other stuff throughout the week to help you grow your real estate business, not just once a week. And remember, this is free for everybody. So invite anybody that you know to come join us every Friday. And we'd love to have you. So be sure to register, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jacob. And for the person who was said at you were asking the free masterclass, yes, you can actually click instant replay and you'll get the video immediately for you to watch. Awesome. Thanks again, everybody, for being here, and happy to see all of you. We'll see you next week. Take care.